What's going on, everybody?
Hey there.
It is Pablo.
I'm Laura.
And we're the Sierra State Liquidators, and we're pretty jam-packed excited about tonight's video that we're doing because we get to tell you guys a little bit about what we experienced at this estate sale, but that's for a little later on in the video. First, we want to welcome everybody that's new to our channel, that's never been to our channel. We are very happy to have you. Go ahead and hit the subscribe, like, and share button all at one time, just right now. You don't even have to see the rest of the video. Just do it right now. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is the very important fact that you can go sourcing all day long, but if you don't list, so help me God, you're doing absolutely nothing for yourself, your business, your family. If you're doing reselling for your family, you're doing nothing for them. Yep. If all you're doing is buying, because then you're a professional buyer, and if you don't have a client that you're buying for, then that just makes you a hoarder. So, I digress.
I actually heard somebody, I don't remember who it was, they were talking about this topic, and they said if you just go out and buy a bunch of stuff, it's basically like you're taking that money and just wadding it up on the floor.
Essentially.
So if you're like, oh my gosh, I got this skirt and it's going to bring me $40, it's as if you're just wadding $40 in cash up on the floor, and then the pile mounds and mounds. And
I mean, really, that's kind of
so
what you're doing.
Don't wad up money and throw it on the floor.
No,
Don't
I
do
mean, it takes some serious fortitude, obviously, to do the second half of what reselling is all about. Everybody obviously likes going out and finding things. Sure, who doesn't like doing that? But there's a second half to all this, and that's called the listing and the shipping. The two things that people don't like talking about. But you know what? It's part of this whole thing. It's a job. It's day in and day out, finding, listing, shipping, repeat.
Yep.
That's how it goes. But if you're just buying, you're going to eventually run out of money. You're going to run out of space in your house, and then you're going to be on TV where everybody watches
on TLC on an episode
your
of Hoarders.
stacked up house on Hoarders. That is a problem.
Don't get on Hoarders.
Don't get on Hoarders. Before you get on Hoarders, just call us and we'll buy stuff from you. And then we'll take it and we'll list it and then we'll make money on it.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's what we'll do.
I like it.
So today we did hit up one of our favorite thrift stores, and they had 75% off, and picked up some clothes. I think we took out about 10 items from there, and at 75% off, their normal price being of 50 cents. Yes, 50 cents. That's their regular price. So the 10 items we got, break it down, 13 cents a piece.
Yeah, right at 13 cents a piece.
I like that. So we'll go over that kind of stuff, and also what we got at the estate sale, what I'm keeping for myself. I just talked about that, but there's nothing wrong with getting stuff for yourself if it's just like a one or two things.
Right. I mean, if you're just buying stuff to just hoard away with intentions of selling and not, that's different than like finding something that you really like and keeping.
And this is not like a collectible thing. This is actually like a used thing, something that we'll actually use, something that I'll actually use. And it just so happens to be a name brand that I do collect of things. If you don't know about me, I do collect Coleman lanterns and Coleman products, and this is a Coleman product that I found out in the wild while we were out today. And
anytime he sees Coleman things, he usually picks them up. We have a flashlight, some lanterns, good stuff.
Cooler.
Yeah, a really cool cooler.
And some other things. Oh, that rain jacket, I bought it anyways. It's a size small. I haven't worn a small since like elementary school. But that's fine. We're gonna resell that one. Until then, I'm just gonna hold on to it and be like, I have this. It's Coleman. No, I can't wear it. Ever. I don't know. Sad times when I think about it. Jump right into the clothing.
Yeah, so like he said, usually everything's 50 cents, which even if they weren't having a sale, 50 cents for a clothing item is incredible. But 13 cents is just even better. So, huh?
I think our bulldog just like jumped a flight of stairs.
She might have. She's too old for that. She doesn't need to do that. We found a really cool tracksuit. It's an extra large, so that's a great size. And it's like a really pretty, kind of like a seafoam green, blue.
And it's like super light. Like,
yeah, it's really, really lightweight.
You can't really see my hands through there. Maybe you can. I don't know if you can.
It's not any like special brand. It's Malcolm Flowers, but it was just way too cool. Zips up. It has shoulder pads in it. It has this really pretty like embroidery on the front that looks like a stain, but it's not. Whenever I was just holding it, I kind of freaked out for a second, but it's not. It's really pretty like gold embroidery. Good stuff. We love finding tracksuits.
We've done really well with them in the past.
Yes. So probably like we'll probably ask like $25 for this.
Yeah, it's not some.
It's not like any crazy like vintage starters kind of deal, but still 13 cents for the entire thing. Like it wasn't 13 cents for the jacket and the pants. It was all 13 cents. So
different
for the set. This is really cute. I actually thought this was just like a tunic. It's My Beloved. Again, I just got this because of the style. It turns out it's actually like a little dress, but it's really cute. It has a like the neck has a zipper, whatever you call that. Again, I think I've said before I'm not really into fashion too much, so I'm learning. But really cute.
Now, if that's supposed to be a
dress shirt thing.
I
mean, if I wore it, I would wear it with like leggings because that's would be cute. But I like it.
It's a short dress.
It is a short dress.
That's gonna get you some free drinks at the bar type dress.
Oh, that'd be weird to wear to a bar.
I'm just saying.
It's like Amy Farrah Fowler would wear that to a bar. Does anybody watch Big Bang Theory?
Big Bang Theory.
We love that show.
The ish.
Okay, so this next piece I picked up, and it was just one of those like, oh, it's a cute pencil skirt. It's like a teal pencil skirt. Really soft, like I think it's rayon spandex mix.
All those high quality.
Yeah, all those really high quality. I didn't know this brand necessarily when I picked it up. Is that focusing? Probably not. Okay, it says Halogen, but it was a size 10 pencil skirt, so I was like, sure, why not? Well, whenever I got home, I was doing inventory of all of this stuff, and I noticed that it was new with tag. This is like really blown out. I'm sorry, guys, you can't see, but new with tag. Maybe you can see the name, Halogen. And once I got the clearance sticker off the back, I realized that it said that it's from Nordstrom's. So that's exciting. 13 cents. It was originally $59.
That's
new with tag for 13 cents. How cool.
There you go.
We don't have bins in our area. I know some of you that have bins are like, yeah, that's cool and all, but we don't have the luxury of bins. So going to somewhere like that is like the bins to me because it is a lot of digging and sometimes dirty stuff. Like today there was a lollipop stick stuck to one of the shirts.
Yeah.
It's just kind of gross. A little grody in there, but
I think we'd be offended if I went in there with gloves, but that's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah.
Whenever, and I don't when we go there, I don't necessarily stay in the clothing area too much. Me and Javier, if you guys don't know, we have a 2-year-old, and me and him. I guess you would know if you're paying attention, because there he is. We have a 2-year-old, and me and him just kind of do our own little scouring of the store, so that way she can have her time to really dive in and pay attention to what she's got to be doing. Because if you're going thrifting for clothes, to resell or to keep or whatever, you need to really pay attention to what you're doing because of the fact that there are going to be some possible imperfections in there, and some of them may be removable. It might be something you can get out in the wash.
or holes that you can't repair.
Or holes. Yeah, you gotta look out for holes, broken zippers, broken buttons, and things like that. So it's best for me to just take the baby and just like go our separate way. And me and him, we used to go like, I'm into electronics a lot. I'm into a lot of the knick-knack items. That's kind of where we started. initially when we started with eBay over 2 years ago or so. And so I still hover in those areas whenever we do go to thrift stores.
Which is good because we like to have a variety of stuff. We don't like to just focus on one.
Oh, yeah.
One thing. So we do a little bit of everything.
We do a little bit of everything.
But yeah, it's hard. I mean, if anybody watching is a parent, you know that it's difficult to do anything with a 2-year-old. So, out and about. So,
let's do this. Comment below with how many kids you have if you go to the thrift store with them. How many kids go with you to the thrift store? And throw in their ages there too.
Yeah.
No need for names. Don't put their names. Just how old they are, how many of them go with you, and how you do at the thrifts when you have all of them with you.
It's hard. I mean, he and I go out sometimes together, but it's usually just like one place and that's it. Just because it's too hard. Because the two of us, we can at least switch off if we need to. But
yeah.
Alone for an all day thing, is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Too much.
I work at a local dealership, so whenever I get off, if I can stop at the Goodwill that's in between our house and the dealership, then I'll do that. And I can usually get in a good hour and a half to an hour before they close, all depending on what time I get out. And it's helpful that, to just get a few extra items randomly throughout the week. But our biggest time for sourcing are Thursdays and Sundays, because those are the 2 days I'm actually home. Sunday for sure, Thursday if I don't have any appointments at the dealership. And I try my best to keep all appointments on Wednesdays and Fridays and nothing on Thursdays. That way I can stay here and help out with the baby and just spend time with them. I mean, because I'm away a lot, so that's kind of what we go through as far as trying to source and things like that. Our major days are Thursday and Sundays for sourcing. Yep. But it works out,
Yeah. We usually just try to, on those days, do a really big haul, hit up a bunch of different places. We go to church in a different area, so after church we usually go grab something to eat, and then we go hit up a couple places and kind of circle around and come back home, so that we're here for the rest of the day. And then the same thing on Thursday, we'll kind of pick an area that day and hit up a bunch of places at once.
Yep.
Knock it out.
Yep. So
that's for later.
That's for later.
Yep. Whatever you get from the store, the
that would be this guy right here. I'm just going to talk about him. Well, save it for last. Not last. Last of this conversation. So one of the things that I picked up over there was this Sony microcassette transcriber. You guys may have picked these up before, and the little cassette goes in there. Now these transcribers, they can do really, really well. And again, and there's the foot pedal for it. That goes to the side. The only thing that I'll have to find, and I'll just order it off of eBay. They're all over. But a power cord for it, and it's in really, really nice shape. So I have no worries about it operating. And we've sold one of these before. Not this one. This one's a little bit newer than the one we sold before, and we did really well with it. So I know about these. I picked it up because I remember them. And now here's the thing. I know they went together, but they were sitting separate at this thrift store, and this happens all the time. These go together. But what they did, because I guess they were separate whenever they were, sorting things out in the back, wherever they do it, they priced this separate from the pedal that actually goes together. But again, it wasn't that frustrating because this is going to bring good money, and it was 75% off. So it's not like something to lose our head over. The 10 items plus this plus the item that I'm keeping, we spent like $8 there. So it's nothing to gripe about. Yeah, these are
priced for like $3 or $4 originally before 75% off.
It was like $7 by itself before the 75% off. It's nothing to get heated over, but they need to pay attention. I wasn't gonna even say anything to her.
I don't think they really have people working there that know what's going
No,
on.
no.
It's a lot of volunteers.
Well, it's court-ordered volunteers.
There's a little community service happening.
Community service is done at this place, and those nice little rugrats are the ones that are taking care of their items. So, do they have like the best employees for customer service and care? No, you're not going over there to get warm, fuzzy feelings from the people that work there. Not at all. They're young kids that need a little labor in their life. So, but it's a great store either way for a little bit of everything across the board.
It is a good store.
It is a good store.
I like it. Not like they're rude or anything. They're very
No,
nice in there. They just have to be there.
For a minimum of so many hours, they have to be there. So says the judge. So this awesomeness.
This is so big. We might have to like slide to the side.
So this right here.
Oh,
Watch your face. Coming in for the real thing. This is a Coleman framed backpack, and I was super stoked to find it. We do go hiking quite a bit. We have some great state parks here, and we're in Georgia. If you guys don't know, we're in Georgia.
Oh, this just comes out with these little pins.
Oh yeah. So what I'm going to do is take these pins out. I'm just going to hit it with some quick black spray paint on there and just kind of revive it a little bit.
It's in really good condition,
It's in
though.
really good condition.
I don't know if it was ever used too much. It looks good.
No, I mean it was definitely been used a little bit here and there, not too shabby. But there's I think one buckle that has to be bought, and yeah, one of those buckles that have to be bought. Can you see that? Bit against my skin. That one. And those are easy to find. They're inexpensive. So just one strap that's missing it, and tons of compartments. And it's just, I mean,
he's been wanting one of these for a while. Like we've always went hiking, and he's always talked about like backpacking out at a park, and
when Javi gets older,
carrying everything with us and hiking and setting up camp, and so he's always talked about wanting a framed backpack. So
oh yeah, when Javi gets older, me and him are for real gonna do some backcountry camping, and it's gonna be amazing. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. I need to stop. I saw
excited.
One buckle that needed to be turned around, and I started doing it right now. Inappropriate time to work on that. But I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess now we can talk about the estate sale. So Pablo checks estatesales.net.
If you're not using it, you should.
For the estate sales that are in the area, and then we decide. That's kind of one way that we decide where we want to go on Thursdays and Sundays is we look up the estate sales and then kind of plan our day around those. And if it's in our area or in another area, we'll just go to the estate sale and then hit up thrift stores around it for the day.
Yeah.
And
this is what it looks like on the phone. Let's see if we can focus. Estatesales.net, good enough. So you can either type in the zip code, or you can just hit the button for your specific location for it to start searching. And then there is just a list and you can't see the screen.
You can't see it, too blown up.
A list of estate sales that are going on, what day they're happening, when they start, do they take credit cards if you're using your PayPal card, or if they're cash only, what fees will apply if you use the card, or what fees apply period if you go there. Some have buyer percentage. My mind's going blank here,
fees?
people. Just hang with me. Yeah, something like that.
They'll usually have a list of everything that they're going to sell.
Yes.
They'll have pictures of stuff. to give you an idea of what's there. And that's what we usually do, just pull them up and just scroll through and look at what's there and what's to offer. If it's, we don't really do a lot of furniture type stuff, so if it's a house full of older furniture and they don't have anything else pictured, we might skip that one or save it for last. But we just kind of evaluate what's going to be best for us and then go from there.
Yeah, and we had a time where we could have done furniture. We were doing an antique booth, and we got away from the antique booth because it wasn't working out well for Laura, where she could go and maintain it. Again, I'm away a lot, so for her and having the baby and everything else, it just didn't make sense to keep it. And I mean, it was basically just breaking even.
Yeah, we really didn't sell enough to compensate for what we were paying for the rent, and we just we had it for a little while, and we just had to sit down and realize that just wasn't something that was for us. I mean, and that's okay, and I think that's okay in general. If you are selling on a platform or selling somewhere or doing a particular item and it's just not working, I think it's okay to kind of just realize that and cut that off and move on to something else, or move back to something else that was working for you before. So don't feel defeated or upset if you dive into clothes and then you're like, okay, I don't have any sales, but I was doing really good with random electronics. Okay, well, knock the clothes to the side and go back to what you were doing and
Yeah, there's a lot of resellers that are out there that do very well with suits and sport coats and stuff like that, and there's others that try and then they find out that's not for them, and there's nothing wrong with that, to experiment. And it's only like a small lapse of failure. You just brush it off and keep moving. You don't dwell on the fact that that you just failed on a specific new venture. Tons and tons of successful people will fail multiple times. And it never stops them, because it's the drive that you have. It's not so much the that one failure that's going to define you. So just keep going, find out what's working, what's not, evaluate it. Don't try to romance the idea that it's gonna change. No, you need to figure out. We did it for about 3 or 4 months. And we sat down, we're like, okay, so this is just not really cutting it for us. It's not worth our time to do it. Off it goes. Yeah. So cut it out, and we just kept moving and grooving.
And it's been nice to not have that extra thing on our plate of, we have to go down there and check it, or we have to go refill it, or we have to, so it's been nice to just...
Yeah, because we live out in the country. We live out in the countryside of Georgia, up in the northern Georgia, and where the booth was at was a little over 30 minutes away, because it was just a better location down there, where the college was maybe 5 minutes away or so. So
it was just a little bit more populated.
It was much more populated area than where we live, so more traffic. And there's some people that have multiple antique booths there, but they also live in the direct area where they can manage it and stuff like that. And that just wasn't the case for us. So we moved on.
Yep.
Life goes on.
It's been perfectly fine without it.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't missed a beat. So what else we did was we went to the estate sale. So the estate sale, God bless that guy. I mean, really, he started buying things off of eBay 4 years ago. He said, I had a chat with the guy because he was also running his own estate sale. But he was a reseller that was having to liquidate things, and he says that in the post for the estatesales.net that it was a reseller who's liquidating, and come to find out the guy who's running the estate sale is the guy who owns the house. And it was just top to bottom full of stuff.
I don't really know how he was actually living, legitimately living in that house. There was stuff everywhere.
And what's killing me is that a lot of that stuff was quality stuff that if we had, all you have to do is list it, and this stuff goes. He had some fast flipping type items that anybody would kill to have. So we walk into the first room and we find
there was more than what
not
we bought.
one, not two, but
and not even three.
Three.
There were even more.
3 quality ones.
True.
There was other ones that were broken. I don't even know why he bought those. But 3 quality, practically ready to post, and
They just need to be dusted.
would flip within a day or two easily. I mean, you price these right and they're gone fast. So, and he also priced these super cheap. I don't know if he understands the market on these, but that's, I asked him what he wanted for them and he told me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take these 3. And we also got this Polaroid.
I thought it was a shoulder bag, but it's a fanny bag.
It's a fanny.
And I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
Let's stuff a Polaroid in there so it gives it some shape.
So if you guys are new to reselling, this is a great way to, again, just it's in every business, any business period. You buy low and then you sell high. Buy low, sell high. So find them pretty inexpensive, and they're going to go anywhere between, depending on the model and all that and the condition, anywhere between 15 to 25. So, and I mean, we love these things because they go so quick. So you buy them, you're probably going to be able to find them pretty inexpensive at, you can go to yard sales, pick these up for $1.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn around and make really good money really fast. Faster than you can put $1 in any savings account and wait for the interest rate to, yield $20. Trust me, that thing will do it in 2 days for you, where you'll be waiting a long time with a savings account. That's what's beautiful about, flipping items like that, because you are taking a very small investment, putting it into something that you're going to, put a little work into, take pictures, post it on eBay, and then you turn $1
But it's so
into
gratifying,
20.
especially if you're new to this. It's so gratifying to bring something like that home, clean it up, take the pictures, and list it, and then hear that cha-ching go off from it selling. Like, it's so gratifying to know that somebody searched on the website and wanted your item that you listed. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it really does feel good to do that.
Do you have anything
I
else?
don't have anything else on my side.
Okay.
This also came from
This
someplace.
came from the estate sale.
I think that guy was angry. Like, whenever
Yeah. So we went upstairs
he was
and
mad about that one, I think.
there was chaos everywhere. And we just kind of sorted through. Some things everything was 50% off today, but some things were a little higher priced.
Yeah, there was some reels that I wanted, and he had them like double what they were going for on eBay. And he says that he had things on eBay and things like that, but I'm like, well, they're not going anywhere on eBay, because he was well above what the average, sold completed listing for these items were, and the reel-to-reels were just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he was asking brand new retail for these items, and then he was like, 50% off of that. I was like, well, now you're hitting it full retail for your used reel-to-reel, which I didn't say that. I was like, okay, let me think about it. It's no need to be rude, but just be polite. Be like, well, I'm just going to think about that one, and just completely wipe it out of your mind, because that's just not going to work.
I mean, it was just crazy, the amount of stuff that he had. I just think that he really got, like we said at first, excited and addicted to the buying portion of reselling and never actually followed through. It is, absolutely. I mean, we went into one room and there had to have been at least 20 golf bags, at least, of all shapes and sizes. I mean, it was just an insane It was like in a bedroom, and they're just like everywhere.
And how many Dysons were in there? Dyson
there was
vacuums.
like 4 Dyson vacuums, different models, different
There
ones.
were tons
but again,
more vacuums.
Yeah.
But at least 4.
At least 4 Dyson.
4 Dyson.
2 Dyson balls, and then 2 other.
The Typhoon or the
Yeah.
Cyclone, whatever the ones that was called. Listen, Dyson, they go fast. Locally, you can put them on Let Go. You can put them on
Yeah.
Craigslist. You can put them on Facebook. Yard sale groups. They go really fast.
It was crazy.
This guy had 4 of them just sitting around. It's like you're not trying because you have some fast flipping items that you're not flipping doing anything with. And it was a little irritating because I was like, do you want me to show you how to do it? Maybe you don't understand what you're supposed to be doing with this stuff. You've done great, buying a lot of like really nice quality things. You're doing absolutely nothing with them, and having an estate sale with like super priced, over the top items that no one's gonna go in there and buy that.
And the basement was just as bad. And in the basement there was a lot of like bulk items, like big boxes of like generic clocks, like wall clocks.
The clocks. Oh, the clock. They were nothing clocks either.
They were like clocks that you would buy at the dollar store. Like I'm not
seriously.
even kidding. Like there was nothing special about them at all. They were just round plastic.
There was like a 4 foot by like 2 foot box. A big box full of just these super generic dollar wall clocks, plastic wall clocks.
And there was another box that had like random neoprene like iPad sleeves. Another one that was like these bottle tops that you could make like a water bottle into a baby bottle. Random, but it was like huge boxes of these things.
Like if he didn't get them like super uber cheap, then he's gonna be stuck with them because he was asking some crazy prices on a few things.
It was a mess.
And other things that he, I guess, didn't understand, like the Polaroids. We got him at a great deal, so whatever.
It was it was like a maze downstairs. I told Papa, I was like, hold Javier, keep an eye on him if I don't have him because he might get lost in here.
He's fast.
For real. He is fast.
Our son is very fast. And as soon as you put him down, he's like
gone.
And it's like, son, where did you go?
But anyways, so whenever we went downstairs, there was like around this corner in the dark hole, there was these poles that had coats on them, and at the end it said coats $8, and everything was 50% off. So I was like, all right, so all these are $4. So I found this really nice. It's a trench coat, Tommy jeans, large trench coat. It's got this cute little like floral accent. So I was like, this is really nice. It's in good shape. I was like, I'm gonna look it up just to be sure because I don't really do much in the Tommy realm. And it sells on eBay. There was one exactly like it that sold for $40. So I got this for $4, and we're gonna sell it for $40.
Tommy.
So that's exciting. Yeah, but whenever we went upstairs and we were going through everything, I was like, and then there's this, and it didn't have a price on it. And I was like, it was hanging on the rack downstairs that said $8, so it should be $4, right? And he just like stared at me.
He didn't like
and
that.
he was like, yeah, I guess I'll let it go for $4. I'm like, it was on your rack downstairs. That's the only place you had clothes, so.
He was not too stoked about it.
It's really, really nice.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I forgot the black box.
Oh, did we do a video?
No, I can tell you about it. There's a black box. It does a similar function of like a black box from an airplane. It kind of just records a lot of that, information that a black box for an airplane does, and it's like for semi-trucks. So when I saw it, and I was like, yeah, let's see what he wants for it, because it wasn't marked with a price or anything, and it was new in the box and just crispy. So I asked him, he said 10. I was like, you crazy? Yeah, I'm giving you 10 for it.
I heard him ask you, do you know what that is, or do you know what it's for, or something like that?
He tested me. Please, son, you talking to me? Yeah, I knew exactly what it was. And no, I didn't have to look it up to know what it was because I knew what it was. And I knew how much I could get for it. And so that $10 is going to be flipped into some good profit.
He did have a closet that had like bags of shoes, but there was a big box over it that said not for sale. And that made me sad. I was like, well, are you sure? You sure you don't want to sell them? Let me look at these. I mean, even the front yard, y'all, had so much stuff. Like, I'm not sure where that stuff that was in the front yard fit inside of the house.
Out in the yard, like right in front of the front door, minimum 20 bikes.
Yeah, like
minimum.
Bicycles everywhere. There was a ladder out there. There were bags of shoes, but it had rained recently, so I'm
There's
like,
a
well,
kayak too.
Well, I did think we saw some Doc Martens, and I got real excited. Like, almost shoved Javier out of the way. Let me see those little kids, but I'm just kidding. They were not Doc Martens. They were just some. I just saw the bottom, like, edge of the sole, and I was like, ooh, but they weren't. And they were all wet, too, so I'm kind of glad they weren't Doc Martens.
Yeah, he probably had all that stuff out, like from yesterday.
It was a mess, y'all.
It rained hard.
So
today.
the moral of that story of us telling you about this intense house was, don't let that happen to you.
Just list.
If you do get overwhelmed and have a bunch of stuff, just liquidate it quickly. You know, if you have a pile of random clothes that you're not going to list, just sell them off. Or, you know, I've heard of people doing this where they put themselves on a buying freeze or a thrifting freeze, and they won't go out and buy anything until they get, you know, a certain number listed or something
good.
like that.
That's responsible. That's good.
You know, do something like that for yourself. And I mean, really, you're helping yourself by doing that, because once you get that stuff listed and then it sells, then you'll have more money to go out once all of that stuff's up to buy more stuff.
If you see me keep looking down, I'm looking at our Instagram. We are on Instagram. It'll be in the description below, our link. Feel free to go on our Instagram and follow us and just see the craziness that ensues, because we do live. We go live on there. We put a small. She put a video. I didn't even know she did it. I was talking to him on about the black box at the time, but she just kind of did a
There's
quick
a little
scan.
sneak peek of that house.
Yeah, a quick scan of the basement, in just one section of the basement that was just. Just go on our Instagram and you'll see it for yourself, where she just kind of scanned
That'll
back
just
and
give you a
forth.
tiny little taste of what
Just
that's for. I really wish I would have recorded more and like shown you guys how intense
It's very intense.
it was. I told Pablo, I was like, never, ever will our stuff get like that. Like, that is insane.
Very intense. Very insane. Yeah. So, I mean, just a fun day.
Yeah, it was a good day.
All in all, good day. So I think we'll wrap it. We've been on for like 38 minutes recording, so we're gonna call it a day.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching. Hit the like, subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment below anything that you
Share
have,
with your friends.
whatever you want. Share with your friends. And we'll be back maybe Sunday.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next Thursday. Who knows?
Something like that.
If you subscribe, then you'll know what we're going to be doing. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Peace.